Good morning, children. In the previous class, we had begun with the new chapter, is it? That is Mughal Empire. So, in that Mughal Empire, we saw what we studied. That is, the last ruler of the Delhi Sultanate was Ibrahim Lodi, and the first battle of Panipat led to the end of Delhi Sultanates, and it was the beginning of the Great Mughal Empire. So Babur defeated the Ibrahim Lodi, the last ruler of Lodi dynasty, as I said, in the first battle of Panipat. Is it? So in 1526 CE, and he established the Mughal Empire in Indian continent, subcontinent, and these ruled from the early 16th century to the mid of 18th century. So in today's class, we are going to see how this foundation of new empire begin and what are all the struggles the Babur had came up with, and which are all the rulers were fought against the Babur, and what are the military uh, strategies or the battles he had to fought against the other regions of the India, and how he laid down for the foundation of this Mughal Empire will be seeing in today's class, that is foundation of a new empire, that is Mughal Empire. So students, to begin with the today's topic, that is foundation of a new empire. Here the new empire is nothing but the Mughal Empire. How did it started up? So in the beginning of the formation of the empire in the 16th century, India was experienced very crucial stage. That is, there was political wars and instability and the chaos. Here the chaos is nothing but complete disorder in the control over the Indian region, and there was complete confusion over the rulers among the rulers to hold one another their region by themselves. They used to fight one against one another, and to have control over their region they were used to uh, fight one against, and there were not a stable administration in the India. There had a complete disorder in the political system, and the numerous regional powers were engaged in the mutual battles, as I said. As there was political discrimination and the political instability, this led to the mutual battles, that is, between the two regions or the two person started creation of the battles among the Indian themselves, started the political instability among the regional. So the power of the Delhi Sultanates was confined to its capital and adjacent area. Confined is a sense restricted to its capital and adjacent areas, other than the which are the areas connected to the Delhi rulers. It was confined. So the what the governor did, the governor was waiting for the chance to revolt against these sultans and declare the independence. For this, while the governors was having these kind of thought in their mind, the Ibrahim Lodi, who was the Sultan at that time, that is the last ruler of the Lodi dynasty, was unpopular. He was not able to rule the dynasty. So the governor of Punjab, that is Daulat Khan, what he did, he asked help for the from the Babur in order to throw the Ibrahim Lodi, or to get away from the throne from the Ibrahim Lodi. So this Babur also took this advantage of this situation and helped the Daulat Khan Lodi, who is the governor of Punjab. So students, when there was a political instability and there was no proper administrative in India, in the governor Daulat Khan Lodi took the help of Babur in order to decline the rule of the Ibrahim Lodi. But in 1524 CE, the Babur crossed the Indus region to capture the Punjab indirectly, but he wanted to capture the Ibrahim Lodi dynasty, and we indirectly helped the Daulat Khan Lodi in avoiding the Ibrahim Lodi, but indirectly he captured the Punjab region, and then he returned to the Kabul to reorganize his army for a larger expedition in order to expand his region or the empire. But in 1526, he then returned to India after defeating the Daulat Lodi. He marched towards Delhi and Ibrahim Lodi met him with a huge army, and Babur army was small. Compared to Ibrahim Lodi army, the Babur army was very small. That in the sense, the number of people who fought in the battle was very less compared to Ibrahim Lodi. Babur army was small. But later, the battle routed in a single day and captured Delhi. Though the Babur was having less number of army force, but even though he got ended, the battle ended in single day, and he captured the Delhi in 1526 after defeating the Daulat Lodi. The Babur returned to India. But now when Ibrahim Lodi met him with a huge army at Panipat, Babur army was very small compared to that of Ibrahim Lodi. Even then, he was able to capture the Delhi and Agra. Now coming to the first battle of Panipat. What it indicates, the first battle of Panipat tells about the beginning of the Mughal rule in India and end of the rule of the Delhi Sultanates. So in order to expand the empire, the Babur had to face severe challenges. As a king, every king will be facing similar problems in administrating or in terms of political background. In the same way, Babur also felt for many challenges before he could become a strong ruler or sovereign ruler. So here the Rajputs comes into the picture. The Rajputs under the leadership of Rana Sanga, Maharana Pratap Singh, whom do we call is a Rana Sanga. Rana Sanga is originally his name is Maharana Sangram Singh. He was one of the Rajput ruler. So under the leadership of him, and the Afghans in and outside the Delhi had made a threat, became the problem to Babur in establishing his authority, and his ambition was to expand his empire. But these two persons, that is Rana Sanga and the Afghans, did not made Babur to complete his authority and the vision. They have become a problem to this Babur. And after fighting a series of battles, that is number of battles against them by the Babur, he established his power.